Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you may be watching this. Welcome all in. Laptop Hound here, Twitch affiliate, Twitch partner, OOTP affiliate, all those titles that come with streaming. Welcome in, everyone, to a February 21st, 2024 update with OOTP 25 and still with OOTP 24. Lots to show you today. Lots of good stuff still in OOTP 24. Some new cards were released. The final tournament of OOTP 24 is about to happen. Did you qualify? Are you amongst the 64, 128 teams? How many ever teams qualified? Are you part of that? We'll go through the ground rules of what that tournament's going to be about, the prizes that are going to be awarded. And today, Sporer announced his new Tuesday Treasure Trove cards. Yes, cards gold or below that are now in the game. We'll take a look at those. Like I said, so much to cover. But let's start with some OOTP 25 news. Yes, Out of the Park Development is ready to release the newest version of the game. This started back in 1999, I think, when OOTP first came out. Marcus Heinzen from Germany, the brain, the creativity behind this baseball game, and the best, there's no argument, the best simulation game out there on the market. Well, you can pre-order OOTP 25 right now. Yes, you can go to the website. I'll leave it in the links in the description box below, and you can pick up your reservation for the game and save 30% off. So pre-order it. If you're a Steam user, you can't pre-order it. You can't pay for it now. What you can do is click the little wish list button underneath the game when you're in Steam, and that will guarantee you your 30% off when it is released on March the 15th. If you pre-order it not on Steam, you will be able to play the game 3 days early. March the 12th, at some point on March the 12th, the beta version will come out and you'll be able to play it and test it out. And then the official version comes out 3 days later. So $34.99 American, it's about $45 Canadian where I'm at, and that saves you 30% off. So otherwise, if you don't pre-order it, you're going to have to pay $49.99 American, which works out to, in the high 50s, low 60s Canadian. So yeah, save 30% off. Stay tuned a little bit later in the show. Your chance to win 10 OOTP 24 standard packs. Yes, you're still playing the older version of the game. It's not out of circulation yet. There are still tournaments, there are still league play, there's still a couple more trophies, physical trophies to be presented. So you can win 10 standard packs just by listening to the show. Stay tuned for the rules and regulations that will come a little bit later. Again, with OOTP 25, not only will you save 30% off, you will get some loyalty packs. Have you bought the game before? Maybe you bought OOTP 24. Maybe you bought OOTP 22. For every perfect team version of the game you have purchased and played, you will get some loyalty packs to start off your OOTP 25 team. And everyone that pre-orders it will get a 25th anniversary pack, a diamond pack, and a gold pack just by pre-ordering. Yes, this is the 25th anniversary of Out of the Park developments. One of the most sought after licenses in baseball is to have an affiliation with the Hall of Fame. If you've ever been to Cooperstown, if you've ever looked online at some of the exhibits and artifacts and plaques, well, OOTP has announced that they have an affiliate agreement. They have a partnership with the Hall of Fame. That means Hall of Fame items, Hall of Fame unique maybe artifacts, the plaques, maybe some of the player pictures, maybe even some of the, who knows, maybe some of the uniforms, gloves, those kind of things will be in Out of the Park baseball. It is limitless what they can do with this partnership. So something that's been worked on for a while is now official. National Baseball Hall of Fame in OOTP 25. That is exciting. Also, if you're a base game player, there is going to be an upgraded development system. The new player development lab will be in the game. Woohoo! Base game players, you can train your players for a specific amount of time to upgrade maybe some of the weaknesses, or maybe you want to increase their strengths to make them even better. As you can see on the picture here, we've got very easy, medium, hard difficulty levels for your training. You'll simply go into the player development tab and decide what you want to train your player on over a specific amount of time. Now, mini games, sports games have something similar to this. It did not exist in OOTP until now. OOTP 25 as a development system. If you're a perfect team player, you're going to be excited for this. I know I am. A sandbox, a tournament sandbox. First time ever. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but it will likely allow you to get a group of friends, or maybe you create, a few different teams, put them in this sandbox environment and see how those cards play out. And also, based on the images they have released to us so far, as you see on the screen here, at this, when you open a pack, not only do you see the card on the screen, but you'll see the profile. Remember how in previous versions you had to right click or you had to hover over the card to see the ratings? Well, based on what they're showing us here, you're likely going to see the profile right underneath the card, which is pretty cool. Plus a little sell button. If you want to sell off your card on the marketplace, you're going to be able to do that with one click rather than going through 2 or 3 or 4 different steps to sell off your card. So sandbox, new look to the pack opening, those kind of things. So excited. March 15th, pre-order now, save 30% off, wish list it on Steam. Also, as they traditionally do, they've got their road to release. Some of the things coming up in OOTP 25 that you want to mark your calendars on. Most of these will be live broadcasts. The first one, though, will be on YouTube exclusively. Dr. Dynastic, one of the many fantastic affiliates for Out of the Park Developments, he will be hosting Marcus Heinzen. Yeah, the lead developer, the leader of OOTP. Every year he comes on when the game is about to be released, and Dr. Dynastic will be interviewing him on Monday, February the 26th. When that video comes out on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, around that time, you should be able to find it on the OOTP Developments YouTube channel. Again, I'll leave the link for that in the description box. Click that, bookmark it, subscribe to OOTP Developments for all the latest YouTube videos. On Wednesday, February the 28th, so 2 days later, we're going to have you base game players. You're going to want to watch this. We're going to have an in-depth look at the franchise mode, which is basically the base game, which we played for many, many years. We're going to have an interview with the devs talking about the newest features, what they've upgraded, what they've changed, what they've improved, and that's going to come out on Twitch. 8 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitch, Wednesday, February the 28th. On March the 6th, 1 week later, you're going to get a better idea of what this partnership is with the Baseball Hall of Fame. So Wednesday, March the 6th, live on Twitch, 8 p.m. Eastern once again, Baseball Hall of Fame partnership. More details. And then finally, to end off the road to release, on Monday, March the 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, Paul Sporer, the content creator for Perfect Team, he's the guy that puts together all these cards that we get to play with in our tournaments, in our league play. He will introduce us to Perfect Team 25. Yeah. Perfect Team 25. We'll find out all the details, all the changes in Perfect Team. on Monday, March the 11th. So stay tuned for that. Look forward to that. Lots of things coming out in the next couple weeks regarding OOTP 25. But pre-order now. Save 30% off. Get all those bonus packs to get your perfect team off to a good start. All right, let's get on to OOTP 24 news from this week. Today on their official Twitch channel, Out of the Park Developments announced the final championship news for OOTP 24. If you play Perfect Team, you probably already know if you've qualified. You should be receiving a little link to create your championship team within the next little while. But today, Nicolino and Paul Sporer came on to talk about the setup, how this will work. It will take place on Saturday, February the 28th, starting at noon Eastern time. And you can catch a lot of the action on their Twitch channel. Many of the affiliates that are participating in the tournament, they will be broadcasting as well. And there is a new structure and format for this tournament. Let's go through that. First of all, who qualifies? Well, there are 128 teams, and you had to do fairly well either in league play, tournament play to get qualified. So if you meet any of these criteria that you see on the screen here, you will be in it. And it's going to be a best of 7 series. You have a high silver floor. So you can take high silver cards, 75 rated or higher, all the way up to your perfect cards, and it will have a cap of 2164. So you're not going to be able to take all your best players. You got to, manage properly and work in the cap there. And if you don't know how a cap system works, any card rated 75 counts 0 towards your cap. So they're like free cards. There are going to be a lot of 75 rated cards on teams. Every rating above 75 counts as 1. So 76 would be 1 to the cap. 77 would be 2 to the cap, all the way up to 100, which would count for an extra 25 on your cap. So again, those of you that play cap tournaments, you know how this works. Put your team together, 2164 cap limit, and the DH will be on. Also, they're going to be the perfect draft. There's 2 different final tournaments. One is the traditional tournaments where you have to own the cards to play. The other one is going to be the perfect draft tournaments. So you'll see here on the screen, again, who qualifies for the perfect draft format. It's best of 7. DH is on. The limited edition cards are on. And it's following the similar rules to the high heat draft format, if you've played in those before, where the first 6 rounds of your draft are perfect cards, and then the remaining 7 rounds are diamond cards. So every card on your team going to be a perfect card or a diamond card. And the beautiful thing about this is you don't need to own the cards. You select from a pool of cards for each of the 13 rounds. Each round is a pick of 2 from 12 different selections, and you're going to see a variety of different positional players. So again, you've done drafts before. If you qualified for this tournament, you know what it's all about. No need for me to go on any further. Where are you playing? Well, this is the baseball stadium you're going to play at. Home of the 2022 KBO champions, SSG Landers. So it's located in South Korea. It's a grass field. You see the capacity, all the different information, and the park factors at the bottom do play an extremely important role. So your BABIP is a little bit suppressed from a default park. Your home runs are boosted from what you would normally see. And then you see your doubles and triples are even more suppressed. So it's a home run park. Consider that when you're putting your team together if you've qualified for the tournaments. Good luck on that. Prizes, well, prizes. You are going to get a mix of OOTP 24 prizes and OOTP 25 prizes. So you're going to end off the cycle with some packs, and you're going to start off the new cycle with some packs. Here you see if you win each of the two tournaments, you're going to get 6 all perfect packs. That means in a 6-pack card set, all 6 are going to be perfect cards. Live, historical, who knows, 50-50 chance for a live and a historical. Plus, if you win, you're going to get 100 perfect team 25 standard packs. 100 packs to start off. That's going to give you a huge edge creating your team and advancing in the future levels. And then you can see all the way down to finishing 64th. You're still going to get 2 historical diamond 24 packs and 2 perfect team 25 standard packs. There you go. You see it all laid out. All you have to do is win 1 round in this tournament, just one. You win 1 round, you win something. All right, that is your final championship update. And again, before we get going, stay tuned. Contest coming up where you can win 10 standard packs from Out of the Park Developments for PT24. I do not work for Out of the Park Developments. I'm an affiliate on Twitch for them. I do streams 4 times a week. And many of you know me from Twitch. But if you don't, if you've never been to Twitch, you want to set an account there, because if you watch affiliate streamers, you will get free packs. You can get up to 5 free packs every day just by watching one of the affiliate streamers. Plus, if you watch the official channel when they stream, you can get an additional 5 packs for their stream. So yeah, you can earn some perfect team packs just by watching Out of the Park Development affiliate streamers and the official streamers. So again, slides that you see here come from Out of the Park Developments other than the real picture that I've added. Again, the real pictures you see in the bottom right-hand corner just kind of add a little bit of a personal touch that I have added. These are not from Out of the Park. These are my creations here with those pictures on it. All right. Tuesday Treasure Trove. Paul Sporer every Tuesday releases a set of cards from gold down to iron. And then usually on the Thursday streams is when they show off their perfect and their diamond cards. Plus, the odd time some gold and silver too. So we're going to go through the cards that were released today. Van Mungo, a silver starting pitcher, great stamina, little bit splitty. I can't give you too much expert advice on silvers because I do not play silver tournaments, so I don't know where he fits, with the meta in silver. Next up, we have a bronze Joey J from, the card is from, I think, Milwaukee with the big M, but he did play a lot of his career in Cincinnati as well. Again, you can see that as a pitcher, he's got very high pitcher BABIP. This would be a card I would try out on my bronze teams or any kind of bronze tournament, simply because I like pitchers with high pitcher BABIP, and he definitely has a lot of it. Also released today, Russ Ortiz from the San Francisco Giants, a peak card. He is in the game. He is in the lineup. With him, you're going to get really good home run suppression. You're going to get really good pitcher BABIP. His stuff is a little weaker. His control is a little weaker. Maybe not the best pitcher for a modern environment, but if you're playing any kind of tournaments before 1990, I think it would be a great addition. You got to be careful with the control. He's going to walk a few guys, but anything previous to 1990, I definitely would want to use him. 65 overall, Russ Ortiz. Next up, an iron pitcher, Alan Anderson from the Minnesota Twins from his 1990 season. Control's really good, for an iron pitcher. He's got pretty good home run suppression and pitcher BABIP. Stuff is weak, so again, he might struggle a little bit in more modern environments against the big bats. But he's a guy that if you have a good catcher to frame those pitches, he's going to hit a lot of the outside corners and get those strikeouts. So 57 overall, Alan Anderson is in the OOTP lineup. We got another iron pitcher here, Mike Soroka, Chicago White Sox from his 1999 year. Those of you that play iron tournaments, you got to get an idea of where he fits. I think he's a good low iron player. And in a cap kind of situation, he's only going to cost you 2 points. And he has a lot of control. A lot of the iron pitchers have very, very low control. So if you're looking for a control pitcher, you're definitely going to want to use him in your lineup. Next up, gold, Rorik Harrison. Rorik Harrison from the Baltimore Orioles, a rookie sensation card from 1972. And Rorik is very similar to this card here that I showed you, with the home run suppression and the pitcher BABIP being the strengths, except this time it's a gold card. Because he has even better home run suppression, even better pitcher BABIP, and better stuff, he's kind of worked his way up to that gold level. So if you took this card here and added a little bit to all of these categories, basically you're getting a Rorik Harrison. Except the stamina isn't going to, make him a starting pitcher. He's going to be a reliever. But again, he's a guy that I'd have no problem putting in my bullpen in a low gold kind of situation. I don't know if I'd want to use him in full gold because there's so many great options out there. But Rorik Harrison is in the lineup for a OTP 24. Next up, closer Carson Smith. Silver card from his 2015 season with the Seattle Mariners. Again, a little bit more well-rounded than some of the cards we've looked at already. Really good stuff, good home run suppression. Again, I don't play a lot of silver tournaments. Leave a comment in the chat. Is this a guy that is a must-have in your silver tournaments? Let me know. And our final pitching new card today was left-handed reliever Tony Sipp from his 2014 season with the Houston Astros. Love the Houston orange uniforms. As an Edmonton Oiler fan, they wore a lot of orange last season, so I'm kind of used to that orange color. I think it's great. It fits the Astros, right, with their logo. This guy here, pitcher BABIP, is his strength. Again, I like pitcher BABIP in a pitcher, so this would be, for me, a must-play in silver. I don't play silver. Let me know in the comments. What do you silver players think? Does he fit in? Is he a must-have? Tony Sipp is in the lineup. Let's take a look at some of the new hitters that came out today. Again, in the Tuesday Treasure Trove. First up, catcher Wilson Ramos from your Tampa Bay Rays. This is his 2018 representation. BABIP, he can hit. Contact, good. Going to strike out a little bit. His avoid Ks are a little bit low. His eyes a little bit low. His defensive characteristics a little bit low. Of course, I play a lot of bronze, so I use, cards like Hank Conger, Brad Asmuth, Kenji. There are better catchers that I currently use, but I think he's a guy you might want to try out, maybe in a DH situation, maybe as a backup catcher, or if you have a good defensive catcher, maybe you can start Wilson and in the later innings have a defensive sub come in. But the great thing about new cards when they come out, you can test them out. You can try them out. You never know which cards are going to excel. Each card is slightly different and can do different things depending on the ballpark, the era that they play in. Wilson Ramos is in the bronze lineup. Next, another catcher, Johnny Estrada from your Arizona Diamondbacks. If you value eye in a player, you might want to look away for a while, as his eye is not very good. His avoid K is really good, but the eye, not so good. So he's going to swing probably at a lot of bad pitches. BABIP's okay. His defense is a little bit better. And remember, this is an iron card. So they get to qualify for different tournaments, and you may want to use them in some of your iron play. I still currently like a card like Jeff Mathis in terms of defense, but if you're looking for a little bit more offense, give him a shot. Johnny Estrada, 59 iron, is in the OOTP lineup. Moving on to first base. If you've watched a lot of baseball in the 90s, you're very familiar with John Kruk. First baseman, can play some outfield, left field, right field here. Not a great defender, probably more of a DH kind of player, or maybe you can stick him at first base. Look at that BABIP and I. There are many players out there that love I. Yes, Charles, I'm talking about you, that love BABIP. D block. Yeah, I'm referring to you. I would absolutely try this card out in a low gold kind of situation, maybe in a gold cap situation where he only counts 1 point. Typically, though, when you use first baseman and DH, you want that power. So he is definitely going to excel in a home run suppressed park. If you have a high BABIP park, I would use him absolutely as my first baseman. John Kruk in the game. Next up, second baseman Don Buford. Buford from, I guess, from the Sox. When I was looking for a pitcher, I found the Chicago uh, emblem that you see there on his baseball card. This is his 1965 representation, a snapshot of that year. Great second baseman, great third baseman. He's a guy that if you're looking for defense in a bronze tournament, there are a lot of good options out there. For hitting, not as many, high-end defensive bronze players. You are going to lose a little bit with his hitting. He's a guy that you might want to use against the righties. Uh, Defense is going to, be really good for you. But again, there's so many at this point in the cycle of the game. There are so many options. But the beautiful thing is you can test him out, see how he plays for you. Don Buford in the lineup as of today. Fernando Vina is our next card. This is, again, a representation of his peak. So taking all his baseball career and kind of forming a peak card for him. BABIP's decent. Avoid K is really, really good for a bronze card. Eye's going to hurt you a little bit. Defense is going to hurt you a little bit. But again, just another option for you if you're looking for a certain profile for a tournament, for your league. Fernando Vina is in your lineup. Moving on to third base, Wade Boggs. Now, Wade Boggs is a player you don't expect to be from the Yankees. You expect to see a Boston Red Sox Wade Boggs. But we already have a couple of those in the game. And because it's a 59 rated card, we're looking at his non-peak years. But even in his non-peak years, look at this. Look at that BABIP. Look at that avoid K, that I. This is a player that in iron tournaments, especially ballparks with high BABIP, he's automatic for me. His defense is capable enough. If I don't care about home runs and the ballpark is not home run favorable, Wade Boggs, New York Yankees, is in my lineup. Introduced today, third baseman, Wade Boggs. At the shortstop position, we have Dansby Swanson, and this is a silver card. As I said before, I'm not a silver expert. I don't play silver tournaments, but I do look at that defense and go, wow. I don't know other silver shortstops out there. This guy, again, has a good BABIP bat, really good defense. Let me know in the comments. Is he the new meta shortstop defense-wise? Because he looks pretty good to me. Dansby Swanson from the Atlanta Braves is in the OOTP lineup. Moving on to the outfield, a few more cards to show off for you. Rip Radcliffe. Rip Radcliffe, again, an older player, 1940. This is the card representing his season back then. Good BABIP. We're seeing a lot of good BABIP cards come out today. Again, just like the John Kruk, first base, left field, right field, good avoid K, good contact. Silver 72, Rip Radcliffe is in the OOTP lineup. Next, another left fielder. I know him more as a manager because he played before my time of watching baseball. 1972, Lou Piniella, successful manager. And you can see based on his card here, he could hit. He had some gap power. He had average defense, but the eye is what's going to hurt you here if you use him in your bronze tournaments. I'm still going to try him out because I like to try out a lot of cards, but right now in bronze, I've kind of got my favorites in terms of the outfield. Bobby Estalella is one. Ivel Goodman is another one I like in right field. And the fact that Lou Piniella can only play one position really does hurt him because if you want a platoon, you can only really use him at left field or DH. But another option for you, 66 bronze Lou Piniella is in the lineup. Moving to center field. If you're a Phillies fan, you got the John Kruk that I showed you earlier. Also, Shane Victorino, gold card. Look at that defense. He can play left field. He can play center field. He can play right field. 104 range, 112 error, and 103 arm. In this game, the more blue you see, the better that player is in those characteristics. Gap power, average pretty much everywhere else. Definitely you're going to want to, if you do play him, you're going to use him against the lefties and then find a platoon partner against the righties. It's just a matter of, do you want to sacrifice the bat for the defense? I play a little bit of gold in a low gold tournament. I believe I would use him in a platoon situation because he does have that flexibility of 3 different positions. But in full gold, I'm not quite sure. Leave a comment. Does Shane Victorino, is he an automatic? 82, peak card from the Philadelphia Phillies, legend Shane Victorino in the game. All right, here is our time where we're going to do our giveaway. If you've been watching the video and looking over the cards that came out today, you have your chance to win 10 packs. All you got to do is 3 things. In the comments below, 1, put your PT username. You can't win if I don't know who to send the packs to. 2, what was your favorite card that was shown on screen today? And 3, give a brief reason why. Maybe he was a favorite player of yours. Maybe he's going to be someone you put into your lineup. Give me a short reason why you chose that card. Deadline will be Sunday, February the 25th, 2024, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I will put all the entries on a wheel. And on my Monday Twitch show on the 26th, we'll spin that wheel to determine who the winner is of those 10 packs. So good luck. Enter the contest. 3 more cards to show off for you. 79 rated Devo White. Oh, man. I enjoyed watching this guy growing up. With the Toronto Blue Jays, my favorite team in the outfield, center field, there weren't many balls he could not track down. You can see he's got that great range to represent his 1991 season. Not going to give you a lot for the bat. He will get the odd hit here and there. He does have some speed. Silver card. Let me know in the comments. Is he your new center fielder? Or is there someone else out there with a better bat, similar defense that you use instead? Devon White, 1991 Blue Jay, is in the OOTP lineup. 2 more cards to show off for you. We've got Corey Patterson from the Chicago Cubs, 62 bronze card. Again, I have my favorites. And for center field, I do prefer really good defense. So I use a card like Ryan Sweeney quite often in center field. Sometimes I might even put a better bat like a Lee Mazzilli, Craig Biggio. I try to squeeze them in because of their bat. But typically, as a tournament player, you do want that defense. And he has okay defense, but the bat and that eye scares me a little bit. But another option for you, 62 Corey Patterson, center fielder, 2003 version, is in the OOTP lineup. And our last card for you, the last new card released today from the Chicago White Sox, Jermaine Dye, his 2006 year. Defense, don't expect too much. Again, a silver card, very splitty, which means he's very good on one side of the plate against the lefties, not as good against the righties. He's more of a DH. So if you're looking for a low silver DH, he might be the guy for you. Leave a comment. Does he fit anywhere, or is that defense just not good enough? A lot of good cards in silver. Low silver card, Jeremy Dye from the Chicago White Sox 2006 edition is in the OOTP lineup. Well, that is it for me. That is all I have to present to you. Well, that's a wrap for me. That's all I have to show. We have OOTP 25 news. We've got tournament news in OOTP 24. We had a bunch of new cards released today at the lower levels. Thank you guys for tuning in. Enter the contest. Remember, 3 things you have to do to enter the contest. Earlier in the video, I explained them. Catch me on Twitch as a Twitch partner and an OOTP affiliate. Your chance to get some free packs just by watching. And we'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like. That always helps push the algorithms to promote the video to other watchers. And we may just attract some new fans of Out of the Park Development, the best simulation game out there. And don't forget, before March the 15th, pre-order now and save 30% on the new version of the game. Laptop Pound signing out. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next episode.